I don't have controls.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I have the controls, but it's okay.
Cool. Yeah, no worries.
When Jason gets on, he's having technical difficulties.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, start the show. Have fun,
everybody.
guys.
Start the
What's up?
show.
We're starting the show now.
Start the show.
Now. So yeah,
We'll do it live.
We're doing it live. Yeah, Ron is unloading his groceries. He just bought some stuff and he's unloading.
Joff did.
Oh no, he's back.
Joff did say, "Fuck it, we'll do it live." Right?
Ron's unloading his groceries right here.
Shut up, dude. Yo, Jason, Waldo, Joff, run the ship for a second, okay? I'll see you guys. Kumu World, whoever else is out there. I'll see you guys in a bit. We'll let these guys start the show.
Fucking we'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
I hear this hammering in my ear. Where's that fucking hammering?
Hammering. So Ron is doing some domestic stuff right now. So we're just gonna hang out. How's everybody's weekends? We didn't stream Friday because people were busy, and you know what? We decided that we're gonna go to episode 99 today. Welcome everybody. And then next Friday, this coming Friday, we're gonna have our 100th episode.
Yeah, so we were gonna skip we were gonna skip a day anyway. It was either this Monday
today, or Friday. So it kind of worked out that we just skipped today. Yeah. So that's nice when things work out, right?
It's not bad.
So but how was everybody's weekend?
It's cool.
Basically,
it was busy.
Chill weekend. It was hot.
You were busy.
I was busy.
I know, dude. Tell us what you did this weekend. We saw your Instagram, but did the good folks out in the internets see your weekend?
So this weekend we were in the Soma district, Soma, San Francisco. We were at Capo Gardens, and we were pretty much performing. We were representing. Well, I was helping volunteer with the Kumu booth, but we were doing the event for Capo Cares. So just an event for 3 nonprofit organizations to give back to the Philippines. So, we were there as the main sponsor, as Kumu was the main sponsor for the event, which with 2 other people and many secondary sponsors as well. There was food vendors. There was vendors out there selling their stuff. Capo Cares was there, promoting the nonprofits organizations that were going on. We were giving away prizes too. So if you were there, we were giving that out. We were actually one of the other sponsors. I believe was Showtime and Showtime Boxing. So because we were giving away some Showtime gear, some free stuff. Like pens, cable tie downs, shirts.
You didn't snag shit for us.
They're kind of whack, man. It's just basic shirts.
Honestly,
dude.
I can't even think of what show is on Showtime.
It just had Showtime and then boxing. So it was just like it's just a generic T-shirt. I was like, oh, these guys wouldn't want these T-shirts, man.
I mean,
I've seen you make better T-shirts.
I watch Billions.
Was it Billions? Is Billions on Showtime?
Billions is on Showtime.
On Showtime.
Yeah, but overall, the event was cool. I got to meet AJ Raphael and got to meet the great Rex. Joff's hero.
No, Rex.
In comedy. I'm just kidding.
Nah.
But yeah, we were there. I got to meet a couple people from Kumu that I haven't met yet. So, it was cool. It was fun. Everyone was wearing a mask except for the performers on stage. They needed to see some faces going on. But other than that, everybody was masked up.
Cool.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah. What kind of interesting things did you come across while you were there at this event?
Oh man, we were giving away free drink tickets. So people who signed up for Kumu or just show me your profile. Just show us the profile, and we just gave away like
you're
one free
signing.
drink ticket.
You guys are signing people up.
Yeah. So we got more users on. Hopefully they start using it. Most likely, of course, when you have an incentive, they always use the incentive, but never follow up. That's just the basic stuff. Interesting
that's kind of the
stuff,
point, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
nothing too interesting. I mean, I helped out with like there is some booth issues. So of course I've done.
Oh, okay.
I've done events too. So we had to make a quick MacGyver fix. So I was there to do that, help out with that. So I've done. So yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, I think it was a great successful event. There was a lot of people there. Half sing, first part of the entertainment was just singing. Second half was just comedians, local comedians, and of course Rex. So great show support for everybody. It was typical San Francisco. When it gets closer to the evening, it gets super cold. So
yeah. Oh yeah. That's the crazy thing about San Francisco is, I mean, it always stays very, very temperate, right? Like Bay Area doesn't really get too hot normally, but San Francisco, fog rolls in. It just starts to dip into like the 50s. I know the 50s doesn't sound like a lot, but it's quite a bit. It's quite a bit. It's jacket weather.
It's 50s with breeze.
That's true. That's when it starts to get a little unbearable. Can't wear shorts. I know people like all over the world or like from the Midwest or whatever where it snows, and they're always like, "Oh wow, this is shorts weather." It's like, man, get out of here, dude.
I mean, I can wear shorts as long as I have a thick jacket. I don't mind my legs, so it's fine. I'm so used to that. So, but yeah, other than that, I mean, it was a good event. Got to see a lot of people there. Dropped out.
It looks like he had some Wi-Fi issues or something.
That's what I was kind of having. So I had to fix I had to go fix the my video resolution to just standard. So I don't seem choppy, do I?
No, just a little fuzzy.
Now I do. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of why I because I could hardwire. I basically took that. I took the option of hardwire. So
I got to get the adapter for that. So because I'm running off of a MacBook.
Yeah, those adapters are expensive, man. It's stupid.
Yeah.
So I'm on my work computer, and they gave me like one of those dongles with like all the different connectors and HDMI and USB and all that kind of stuff. So thankfully I have one of those. Otherwise it'd be like $40-$50 for one of those for like a cheapo one.
I could get one I could borrow one from work for a little bit, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, definitely should then.
Just for
definitely a good thing to have.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I do have a recommendation. I'll be at the end of the show, so it's more for local people here in the Bay Area. So if there's a chance.
Do you know how much money you guys raised for charity at all?
Not that I know of. I wish I knew, but it was more the other. It was a Copper Cares organization that probably knows the numbers for that. I was just there helping out, so I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know the numbers exactly.
Yeah. No, just curious. All right, cool, awesome. Joffrey, what'd you do this weekend? Joffrey, what did you do?
Yeah.
Try to think back. I know you're getting old. I know we're all getting old. But,
damn.
It's not that it's getting old. It's just like
everything's
I don't give a shit.
Blending together.
Nah,
okay.
Fuck. Are you ready for the end of the month? That's what I should be asking you. Actually, you still have your table, right?
Like, yeah. Like I'm monitoring it. Part of me wants to like to just cancel the fucking show, dude. Because, like, if they do, they said they're monitoring it, right? Because because you have to. They'll. I get emails like, oh yeah, this like procedures, and I don't know how they're gonna do it. Plus, it's gonna.
Because I know they limited the tickets, so the only way to buy tickets is online. So they're not even selling at the door. That's what I know.
Fucking didn't limit the price of the table. It's like the same price as like if it's gonna be like a regular ass show. It's even more expensive. So it's like
it's crazy.
So I'm already thinking like, oh man, this is gonna be a loss. So, but the reason why I kind of did it because if you've been an exhibitor or whatever, you'll have an easier time getting tables for the next show. So I'm thinking like next year, like it'd be easier to get a table. So
because you're already
pretty
there.
much it's like a loss, but
So anybody that's out there, come support our man as best as you can.
And I was like,
which con was it?
I mean,
it's the Silicon Valley one.
Silicon.
Yeah, just letting the
says William
know.
Yeah, it says William Shatner's gonna be there, but William Shatner's old. I don't think he's gonna show up.
He's only showing up for Sunday only.
Is he? Man,
pandemic stuff.
I honestly feel like it's gonna get canceled. Like I think I just saw PAX Australia just got canceled. So, or not canceled, but
I mean,
they went to video only.
Oh, virtual.
It's gonna be online. Yeah, it's virtual.
Because I know Crunchyroll already did virtual this past weekend. So,
yeah, I think there's just like, I think there's a card show this weekend. I forget where it is, but it's in the Bay Area. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Like what kind of venue they have. So, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Like they have all these, procedures, but man, I don't know. If it's limited, I guess, but that's kind of like gonna be a sucky ass show. I'm not used to. Well, I guess I'm used to like seeing like a small ass show with not a lot of people. Like the first few super cons, it was just like super dead. So I'm used to that. But as far as them having, I don't know. I just want to see how it's gonna play out. But yeah,
because I mean they've been having. I know on the East Coast they've been having some form of conventions going on too. So yeah.
Well, New York, I think you have to have proof of vaccination to get in.
Yeah,
like no exceptions. You have to be vaccinated. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, if they're really smart about it, they should have limited the tickets. Even though I know it's going to be a loss for like a lot of vendors and artists, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's either that or people getting coronavirus and going to the hospital or something like that. I mean, the numbers right now have been slowly but steadily raising since like the middle of July. I don't know if you've seen some of those numbers. It was like deaths per day was 200. Today it was like 500 per day. So it's very slowly but very steadily rising. And most of those numbers are obviously in the unvaccinated pool of people. So like a good 30% of the people just will not vaccinate, right? 30 to 40% of the people.
I mean, I get their
so.
fear. It's understandable fear. I mean, but there are certain things certain fears that shouldn't be bugging you at all. But no, I mean, I get
Sure.
it. Health wise for sure, but like the other stuff that's kind of like crazy to think about.
Sure, but most of the time, the reasons they're giving are not health reasons. Most
It's
of the time
not,
they're
yeah.
giving is like it's for
like-
freedom issues.
It's freedom. Yeah, it's freedom.
Or it's
freedom for
the
what
CDC
though? That's the funny part. It's like freedom to die.
well, yeah, basically, right? Because for whatever reason, they don't think the coronavirus is actually that bad. They don't think the vaccine is actually a real thing. It's the logic is so like backwards that it really doesn't matter. Some people are like, it's a hoax. It's not that bad. But then they turn around and say that it's a bioweapon from China. So there's just so many things that they're twisting to basically fit their narrative, right? When in fact it's like, oh, the CDC lied all this time, yada yada yada. It's like, well, kind of, right? But it's a little bit more nuanced than that.
Yeah.
I mean, they in the beginning, a lot of it was either misinformation or trying to stop people. Hey, what's up, Ron? Trying to stop people from panicking. But then it was also the fact that they had no idea what was going on. They didn't have enough information coming out of China.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like, we don't really know what's happening, right? And because of that, a year and a half later, they're like, nope, they lied this entire time. And it's like, wow,
dude, it's science. So, like data changes all the time,
right?
So
yeah, it's like when you're unvaccinated and you contract the virus, and of course when you're not giving a crap, of course it's going to mutate. That's the whole process of virus is to infect the host and if possible mutate so that it's harder to get a vaccine into that person or to not have if you have a cure, then it's not gonna once it mutates it's going to be harder to cure. So being vaccinated will help lessen the spread, but also help lessen the chance of the virus mutating into something bigger than it should be. Because once that starts infecting, then people like right now, Delta plus, whatever you want to call it, infecting the vaccinated people, and that's the higher possibility of that mutating to the point where vaccines are no longer useful at all. So
right.
And that's how virus works. Virus works exactly the same way in a computer and on your phone when you go to the bad websites and get yourself infected that way too. So
shout out.
What I'm saying?
I want to say shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to Chris. Chris had asked in the Kumu comments, should the borders be closed? Shout out to DJ El Ray too, of the Elite X.
Should the borders be closed? No, not exactly. Just because the overwhelming majority of people who are spreading COVID are not the immigrants.
What's up, Jovan?
Usually, what happens is that
Jovan's here too. What's up, Jovan?
Yep. Elite X member in the house too. I met him this weekend as well, so it was cool. Him and Iris and their daughter. So yeah.
Shout out to our Elite X members that's in the building right now. Go ahead, Waldo.
No, there's no evidence that immigration is bringing anything in, especially undocumented immigrants. That's what a lot of people are saying.
It's more of
a lot of certain people are saying that.
Yeah,
but that's not happening.
It's more of Americans coming back from wherever they're traveling, wherever they contracted the virus, the ones that get the positive case. So
it's these super spreader events that's really happening out here, guys. Yeah. Just a couple of weeks ago, we had the Rolling Loud tour. People want to go back to the Lollapaloozas. They want to go back to the Coachellas. They want to go back to stuff like that. And I'll even be honest with you. Yeah, I am a little worried about us going to Vegas. It's fucking Delta variant central in Las Vegas. And we happen to be having a fucking convention over here. The reason why I gotta go is because I need to spread that Elite X name. We got to be out
Yeah.
there. I've been on here for 4 years now. At the same time, I'm thinking, I'm risking my life. I'm playing with my life. We go to Vegas to play with our lives, with our money, right? Now we're really playing with our lives. But not only that, it ain't just Vegas, so Jason or Joff. It's
everywhere.
It's when we go to the grocery stores. It's when we go, you know what I'm saying? DJ El Ray said this too. Wish we could just do it like New Zealand did just before lockdown, get healthy first. Shout out to our people like on the Elite X2, Native B. He hasn't even experienced what we go through. You know what I mean? Kai Averell too of the Elite X. She hasn't experienced what they had a little lockdown for a little bit, but they've been good. Certain places of the world are good because they were really good. Go ahead, Waldo.
Well, it's because they were on top of it, right? Like everyone realized, oh crap, here's a disease. We need to do something about it. Yeah. Obviously, in America and other countries, they were basically like they took a very whatever's attitude, you know, to the
and
point
we still do, right?
Almost denying to the point of almost denying the existence of COVID.
Yeah.
So you say, I mean, I know you're
what
like
up, Mac?
You wanna be like New Zealand, but the reality of that is the people here, a lot of the people here did not stand for it, will not stand for it, right?
Well,
because
DJ El Ray
it's a breach.
Just did say right there at the same time. I think you guys both had the same idea. Everyone here don't want to be told what to do. You know,
right? America is very, very. America has a very big culture of individualism, a very big culture of doing what I want to do when I want to do it. Anyone telling me what to do is I'm going to do the contrary thing. You know, very contrarian. Like you tell me to not speed, I'll speed. You tell me to not smoke, I'll smoke. You know, a lot of people have that kind of attitude. We also have a very big this attitude of not liking collectivism, right? Not understanding that our actions, like not masking up and not getting a vaccine, has effects on other people.
Yep.
You know, it can kill other people. Just because you don't die from corona, just because you feel like you're going to survive it, doesn't mean the next person isn't. And so that's kind of the problem with America. We just don't really think about people outside of a very small segment of our sphere of influence, right? It's too abstract for Americans to think about some guy in North Dakota and how we might affect them, you know. So that's kind of the issue, is we just don't have that kind of collectivism. We just don't have that kind of we don't have that kind of thought for other people. You know, it's all about me first, looking out for number one, and fuck everybody else, right? It also doesn't help that our education system is terrible, and you know, people don't understand science and how science works. So you couple those couple things together, you have very dangerous people who are basically going about living their lives like nothing's going to happen, you know? So it's just a very dangerous combination in America of why we have a resurgent, you know, coronavirus. Here's also a crazy other fact. So many people in other countries, you know, cannot get a vaccine because they have shortages, because, you know, they can't manufacture enough, because, you know, we didn't share our technology with them. Here in America, we're just taking it for granted. Like, we actually get the choice to not take it, you know, whereas other people want it and can't have it. You know, whole countries around the globe want the vaccine but can't have it. We here in America are like, nah, I'm good. I don't need a vaccine. You know, you actually have that choice, which is insane to me, right?
What's up, DJ?
It doesn't make any sense to me. It's stupid, and it doesn't help anybody, this attitude. So, yeah.
And we brought it here on many occasions before that, you know, we just have such an abundance of vaccines out here that what we projected, you know, for us to be vaccinated, I mean, we're not even touching those numbers. You know, maybe certain states, yes, but, you know, as America as a whole, we're really wasting these vaccinations by it sitting on the shelf. And it sucks when somebody like say, my mom, shout out to her, happy birthday to her too. You know what I mean? She just had a birthday this past weekend. But one of the things that we talked about, which was kind of sad, that she said she gets sad nowadays. She goes, people my age, of course, she's in her 70s. She goes, people are dying quicker, and not only quicker, you're dying alone. You know what I'm saying? You're basically in a hospital, dying alone.
Can't
Your
have
family
visitors.
can't have visitors. You know what I mean? So like we're in that day and age now where it's like you really are just kind of a memory. And it kind of cheapens our death. What's going on right now, it cheapens like a lot of stuff, and it just feels like, we lost them. Instead of maybe, this is tragic and all that stuff, we get kind of lumped in. You know what I mean? We get kind of just lumped into like, and it sucks because a lot of our older folks, or even us, how many people do we know our age? You know what I mean? How many people even younger? And it sucks. It sucks and kind of ironic and fucked up and funny at the same time when I see a lot of these deniers doing all these videos. And then all of a sudden they get hit with it hard and they're praying to God. It's like, I'm sorry. I mean, not to sound harsh, but, ain't nobody helping you now, and what is...
It's because they can't. It's because they can't.
Exactly. And
There's
if they really believe
nothing
it,
they can do anymore.
and if you really believe in God, then God's telling you, you going now. You know what I'm saying? You're going now. So it's crazy when we live in such a time where we got to remind ourselves like, wash your hands, be safe, be Wu-Tang, be masked up all the time. You know what I mean? Me, I don't mind that. I don't mind keeping my health safe and stuff like that. People out here, with young ones now. I had I've been talking a lot to my son recently, and I told him, I was like, your age groups are gonna get vaccinated now because it's touching these kids, it's hitting these kids now. You know what I mean?
Yep,
So like,
yep.
It's tough. It's tough to live in whatever thing that we're going through right now. So, man, hey guys, this is a Hub 408, episode 99. We're gonna take a quick station identification break. And we're back.
We got ads?
And we're back. How are you guys?
Wait, when did we get ads?
Dude,
crazy.
By the way, if you don't know, the Hub 408 is sponsored by Team CCK out of San Jose, California. Please go to Team CCK for all your kickboxing cardio needs. They actually do offer virtual online classes. Go to Team CCK. You can check that out. Also, shout out to our other sponsor out of Hawaii, Union Pacifica. Please go to Union Pacifica on Instagram. You can check out all their attire, all their cool gear. Also, Kumu user on here, so shout out to them. And also shout out to Lloydie Coins too. If you want to get in right now on the first Filipino Bitcoin ever, please look into LoadieCoins.com. You could also hit me up too if you're trying to get into that crypto stuff. See, I secure deals for the Hub 408 when it comes to sponsorships. You know what I mean? So shout out to my sponsors out there for allowing them to, use a product. And we're also building more. Also, we're building on a lot of local sponsorships here. You know what I mean? So, hey, I did my part. I'm just saying I did my part. You know what I mean? I encourage my members of the Hub 408 to bring in deals for our teams too. You know what I mean? But yeah, you can look up all that stuff on all social medias, on Facebook. Shout out to Team CCK. Shout out to Union Pacifica and Lodi Coins too. Shout out to Lodi Coins. So, yeah. You like that? Station identification break, 10 seconds?
Nice.
Right?
Nice. Classic. Yeah.
And, oh, wait. And I did say we're back, right? So, yeah,
We are back. Yeah.
Let's do the news.
Get to the news. Yeah, let's get to the news.
All right, let's see what me, Jason, and Joff like the whites Let's see what the whites are up to this week.
Okay.
Well, I know for sure they're not wearing masks
That's easy.
Pretty much. Yeah.
because MAGA. But anyway.
Naga.
Yep.
All right, let's. Oh, some nerd news. Let's get to it,
Yeah.
Waldo.
So basically,
Yes.
Oh,
this
Jason,
is a
look
new
at this.
Playmobil playset. So I remember you
Jesus
brought
Christ.
in the Back to the Future Playmobil set.
Yes.
So they just announced this one.
Oh my God, dude! Look how
It's the
that
original
is
Star Trek.
insane. Dang.
Yeah. And it looks.
Oh,
I mean, it just looks really
man.
cool. Yeah. So you got a bridge scenario diorama. You also have so here are all the different pieces, right here.
You get one red shirt.
Yeah. You can also recharge it because it'll light up.
Oh,
is a
that is
recharge.
awesome.
Yeah, so it's got like LEDs and stuff in there. Let's see, you can recharge it. Looks like USB-C.
And it said no batteries are required. This is kind of a first.
No batteries
right?
required. Yeah, right, because it's already built in.
Wow.
Here's the engine where Scotty can hang out in.
Hey.
You can also
No way, they
can
add
also
the
hang
fish
it.
lines for you already?
Yeah, if you
Oh,
want to, you
man.
can hang it. You can hang it if you want to. If that's something that you're looking to do. Yeah, so it just looks really cool. I think it's coming out in September. Or you can pre-order in September. I don't remember exactly what it was, but yeah, it just looks. I just thought it was really cool. Something that
Never been done before.
I think.
As far as I know,
I think
I don't think they've ever had a Enterprise play set. They've had miniatures that you can buy and stuff like that. I know that when Playmates a couple of years ago was doing their figures, like they would have the, the deck, and the command chairs and all that for your figures to sit in.
Mhm.
But they never had a massive play set. So I love the fact that Playmobil, they're getting these things like the Ghostbusters. They did the Ghostbusters Firehouse playset a couple of years ago. They did the stuff with the Back to the Future stuff. This right here, though, is I mean, I'm not the biggest Star Trek fan, but this is a Star Trek that I watched. So this is like incredible right here. This is like, look at that. And the fact that you could fit and kids nowadays, if you happen to be a Playmobil fan, you'll probably mix and match your play sets. So this is so fun to have different figures of your world kind of play into.
Yeah.
This is pretty awesome. I mean, I'd cop it. I don't know about you guys. If I had the bread, I think I would cop this. Look at Spock. He looks so cool.
I definitely would think about it hard because it's.
And I'm pretty
so
sure
neat,
you could change those the slides on the monitor.
I hope so. So you
and Star Trek doesn't get figures either. They don't get toys, dude. So this is awesome. Ah, you do get those. What are they called? Tribbles.
You get tribbles. Tribbles. Yeah. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. I just thought I'd share.
Is there a retail on that?
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
It's probably not too expensive because I remember the Firehouse wasn't that expensive. It was like only $60-$70.
This would probably be in the hundreds of some type.
Yeah, it'd probably be like $130.
September 8th.
September 8th for all you Star Trek geeks out there. That is awesome.
Yep. All right, next thing. So apparently, Oscar Mayer has a Dogecoin hot dog pack.
Yes.
They auctioned it off, and it went for about $15,000.
Jesus.
You got 10,000 Dogecoins, and you get a pack of hot dogs.
Incredible.
Yeah. So, that's a thing.
Crypto,
Crypto,
20 cents or some shit.
Something
right
like
now,
that right
it's
now.
20
Yeah,
cents.
it went
Yeah.
up. It went up significantly this year during the whole meme stocks. You know, the whole GameStop
Yeah, it
thing
went
and
up
all
to
that.
like
It went.
70 cents. It went
Yeah,
up to
it went up.
70.
Right, right, and
Uh,
I think
uh,
it's chilled for a little bit. So,
yep.
um, I'm not the biggest crypto person. It's way too volatile. Uh, like you really have to be watching the charts as they move up and down, and that's how you get in and out of that. So I personally don't feel like doing that kind of stuff, so I'm not into it. I know a lot of people who are into crypto because it's the barrier of entry is very low, right? All you need is a couple apps,
Yeah.
an account somewhere, and you're basically in.
Yep.
You know, so it's very easy to get into. The thing is, it's just there's no rhyme or reason really for why crypto goes up and down, right? Like it's way more volatile than stocks, and stocks already has kind of like a weird up and down thing where a lot of people don't understand it. Obviously, you know, good news and bad news can move the markets, but crypto is a little bit different, and most of the time, I have no idea why they're moving the way they're moving. So, good for this guy to spend $15,000 on this pack of hot dogs and for fake
That's
money.
awesome.
But not
Hey, I'll be
something
honest
that
with
I'd
you.
be into.
Well, I'll tell you what. When it comes to little things like this, the whole thing about crypto, um, NFTs also.
Yep.
If we happen to be creative people, though, like if Joffrey here were to create a one-of-a-kind NFT of a sketch drawing that he made, and somebody goes and pays that amount for it, and they can, move it and see it. I mean, I think as an artist, I think that's kind of badass. As also somebody that for the first time got to delve into some crypto, I wanted to get involved with one of our sponsors, Lodi Coin here. The fact that that if you have something to play with, right? If you got bread to play with, if like for example, you're responsible, you're taking care of stuff, but you got some stuff. You got some stuff. Hey, I might be a single guy.
Disposable income.
Disposable
income.
If you were to take just a little bit and then be like, hey, this could be money lost. This is money I could have just bought on coffee or whatever. If you see that develop over time and can do something good for yourself, I think the way that all this is happening, it really puts some power in our hands to where you used to think before, oh man, do I have to have some kind of education to play the stocks and stuff like that and be that guy and make that kind of money, to where nowadays we can go and take a risk, a $50, $20, $100 risk, and it might turn into something for you. And if you happen to be good at it and learn it, you know what I mean? Shout out to the Kumu users on here that actually have dealt with crypto. You can tell who they are because their mango levels like 15, 16. Those are like crypto kings right there. These are the guys that have just disposable income and they just come out here, top gifters. You know what I mean? But when I ask, yo, man, what do you do? What do you do and stuff? Oh, man, I'm doing crypto and stuff, man. I used to have a job. Maybe I got on disability. Maybe something happened. Hey, the money they played
COVID.
with. Yeah, COVID. The money, though, that they had played with a couple of years ago, it's able to sustain them right now. So, again, there's two sides of the coin. Like Waldo here, he was like, yo, I don't know nothing about this stuff. I was at that point, too, where I was like, yo, I don't know nothing about this stuff. But I was paying attention. So when I started asking the right people, I was just like, wow, there's a lot of people actually involved in the same stuff I'm into that's on this app, that sees it as like, hey, if I have something to play with, or if I have disposable income, go ahead. But again, if you do not have that type of income, I do not suggest getting into something like this. You know what I mean? So shout out to this guy, though. This guy, again, a pack of Oscar Mayer hot dog wieners at Hot Dodge Wieners. It has that NFT vibe. It has that, like, who would pay for this? You know how when you would hear people like, oh, like somebody went to the recent Kanye West listening thing and they have a bag of air, But you know how you would see on
What
eBay,
the-
oh, there's a bag of air from the, from this event, and people will pay crazy money for it. This, that's the collectibles that we get nowadays. We hear of those potato chips that are shaped like people or certain stuff like that, and people just need it or just want it. Hey, I mean, I collect weird shit too. Not as weird as this stuff, but I collect weird shit. So, art is subjective, collecting is subjective. I'm not going to hate on this right here. I think this is kind of funny, to be honest with you. I don't know what kind of dog that is, too. It's kind of a cute looking dog there.
It's a Shiba Inu.
It's a Shiba. Yeah.
Okay, well, look at his face there.
Shiba.
I mean, guys, look at the dog's face, dude. It looks kind of ridiculous. What's up, Tana? How are you? Queen, how are you? Oh, and we got my bae, my homie DJ Adequate. He was like, "Que pasa, way?" You know what I mean? What's up? How are you guys? Let's get on to the next piece of news, though. We're doing the news for you guys tonight. Waldo, what do we got on deck?
Yep. Next one. Let's go. So this was a very, I mean, it's not really news. I just thought it was an interesting thing that people saw. This was an AEW, or was it AEW?
Yes.
It was an AEW event where one dude basically cut another dude with a pizza cutter.
Ooh.
It was Chris Jericho was fighting Nick Gage.
Yeah, it was
At
the
one
death
point,
match.
Gage
Jericho and
used-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick Gage brought up the
used
pizza
a-
cutter, but it was from Domino's.
Right. Well, he used a pizza
No, it
cutter
was-
on Jericho's forehead, and then what happened was it went to
was the-
commercial.
Yeah,
and the
it's a
very first
picture in
commercial was
picture.
a Domino's.
Oh,
Was a Domino's
Yeah.
commercial that featured a pizza
Yeah, it was.
cutter slicing into a pizza.
Yeah, it wasn't intentional.
Right. It
But the
wasn't
thing is,
intentional,
though,
but it looked-
WWE.
Oh, shit. That is crazy. Wait, so you mean to say while the guy is slicing another guy in his forehead, Domino's commercial popped up picture in picture?
that's what happened, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
They-
no.
So it
That's
looks
all
like it was a
bad.
planned. So it looked like it was a planned thing, and then boom, they had Domino's come in and was like, "Here's a commercial while this guy's using a pizza cutter." WWE decided to basically use that and like as
Yeah,
you can see
they-
here,
Oh, my God.
call out to journalists and say, "Hey, look what AEW is doing. They're not.
Yeah, they're trying to snitch.
family-friendly
They're
or
trying to make a
whatever."
big deal out of
Yeah.
it.
Ah, they call the police.
No shit, because they have a fucking death match. Yeah, they have a death match. Like, oh, they're not a family. Like, come on, Vince, piece of shit.
Well, I mean, whatever, right?
Get outta here,
I mean,
old man.
I don't actually know what they were saying. I guess there's something in here, Wrestling Observer newsletter, but I didn't actually read that article. I'm just reading this article. If you guys want to read that article, you can check it out and look it up. But yes, it was during an AEW fight with Nick Gage and Chris Jericho.
Beautiful
Again,
match, by the
It
way.
was a death match.
Yeah, beautiful match, by the way. Go watch that. If you guys want to throw up all over your dinner, go watch that. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So yeah,
Yeah, no,
some interesting controversy. Very petty.
Shout
I
out
would
to
say.
Domino's. I
Petty.
actually had some Domino's right now, which is funny. The Domino's cheesy bread, I highly suggest it, guys. If you guys have never had it, the Domino's cheesy bread is incredible. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah.
Fuck
So I just thought it
Vince.
was funny. I know a lot of us here are wrestling fans, and it was just kind of funny that that happened. A very unfortunate coincidence that happened. And WWE obviously trying to
Yeah,
I wanted
Domino.
garlic
play
twist.
it up.
I wanted
Yeah.
garlic twist as it was happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Just,
think Domino's is upset, threatening to pull out? Like, dude, you know how fast you can get replaced when you pull out your ad? It's like a lot of people want to advertise with freaking AEW.
Pull out gang, huh? There was pull out gang on that, right?
Yep. Fab's already like filled in one of the slots. Fab's Blue Ribbon
Shout out to the
with
Pabst Blue
thing
Ribbon, the
with Matt
official hipster
Cardona
beer.
eating a pizza.
yeah, the official hipster
Eating a-
beer.
Pizza. It was fucking hilarious. Like, oh shit, dude. With Vince's kid, Hornswoggle.
They should get White Claw.
He was in that commercial. So
They should get all these white like
so
these white boy summer brands like White Claw and Paps and Domino's and Crocs. Right?
I don't know if Domino's is really white boy summer.
It
To
isn't.
be honest.
Well, I don't know.
It
Well, they
doesn't
got
feel
this
like it. It doesn't
sponsor. They
feel
got
like
this sponsor. So I was just saying that. All right, let's get on to the next piece of news.
Okay.
Little Caesar?
Little Caesar's good
So
too
the
for their
next-
chicken wings.
Okay. All right. Next couple pieces of news items is just going to be kind of a quick hit. I just wanted to go through some. Carmelo Anthony, I think, is going to the Lakers.
No, he is.
San Antonio Spurs are finalizing a deal with sending DeMar DeRozan to the Chicago Bulls for Thad Young and a future first-round pick and 2 second-round picks. Andre Drummond going to the Sixers. Kemba Walker is getting bought out from Oklahoma City Thunder and will plan to sign with the New York Knicks. Enes Kanter going for a 1-year deal with Boston Celtics.
Wow! Shout out to him, man. I like Enes, man.
And Andre Iguodala wants to end his career
My man.
at the Warriors next year.
For
yeah. So
and what's crazy is that's only for $2.6 million.
On the cheap, right?
Only.
On the cheap.
Only.
But
He's
I will
already-
say this: after all these news you just said, everybody really hates the Warriors, right? With all these trade moves, everybody really hates the Warriors, man. That's my take on all the dude. All these.
I don't know. I see a lot of people are hating on
crazy.
LeBron. I see a lot of people are hating on LeBron and the Lakers right now. And
Well,
based upon
they're
these
just
different
doing
people.
this move to at least beat us. To just at least beat us. For the chance to beat us. 2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys, maybe. This is whatever, man. But I like all the moves that everyone made. I do love how Andre's coming back. Shout out to DeMar. You know, DeMar could he could do DeMar somewhere else, huh? He could do more. DeMar somewhere else.
yeah, fuck Costco Kobe, man. He's Costco Kobe. I ain't fucking with Costco Kobe.
DeMar DeRozan and shit.
DeMar DeRozan to the Chicago Bulls for Thad Young.
You know, that's kind of a cool move right there. Although Chicago ain't going nowhere, man. You know, it sucks, man. We're never gonna have the glory years of Chicago, like how the Knicks got a resurgence. You know what I mean? How LA, Boston will have resurgence. You know, last time the Bulls were good was D Rose and them. You know what I mean? So maybe, who knows? You know, let's see what happens. Who else had moved around?
Yeah,
they had they tweeted a picture of the says the Lakers roster. It was a picture of the Expendables. Fucking old action stars.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like Melo's going to the Lakers, which I'm like, oh, okay, I guess.
Carmelo. Okay.
Yeah.
Melo need to just chill out.
All right.
You know, he's already, you know what I mean? He a legend, but I guess, you know, he want that ring, right? He want that. And he gets to play with this buddy, right? LeBron.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
they came in
Melo's
the
going
league
through some
together.
stuff, man.
That too. You know, he's not trying to let nobody holler at Lala. Hey, Melo, you need to let your Lala go.
Honey Nut Cheerios.
You need to let your Lala go. You know what I'm saying? He ran up on Chris Rock.
Shout out to KG, though.
He ran up on Chris Rock because Chris Rock was like, "Hey, what's up, Lala?" You know what I mean? He didn't like that at all. You know what I'm saying? I stay in the streets because I know. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly.
I thought he's divorced already, right?
Hot goss. Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, Melo is divorced.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. And he tripping.
Yeah.
Hey, you need to let your Lala go. I have. You know what I'm saying? You need to let your Lala go, Melo. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Let's go with the next piece of news.
Although you missed one trade. So
Go ahead.
or not? Oh yeah, sign and trade. So Kyle Lowry went to Miami.
Wow.
Oh, all right.
You missed out.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many things going on that I wasn't. These are the ones that I saw last week. So I was just like, dang, a lot of movement going on.
I know
a lot of stuff
Eric
happening.
Pascal got traded to Utah for for
Pascal
round. That was more for. I know a lot of people were upset. I was kind of upset a little bit, but I understood the trade because if we were going to lose him anyway, we couldn't sign him to whatever money that he was going to be asking for.
Here you go.
That's
Eric Pascal traded to the Jazz. Yeah, for a.
I mean, yes, he was it felt like a big loss, but at the same time, it's like we're going to lose him anyway at the end of the season. So why not get something out of it? Plus, he wasn't going to play.
And I was going to say, Jason, maybe to back up what I was even saying earlier, like let these NBA teams make their moves because we're quietly going to get in that picture again by keeping low, doing things like, all right, maybe we may not have been able to keep this dude right now, but at least we have something for the future, right?
No, we have a lot of pieces. They made a lot of moves. They ended up signing Otto Porter Jr., former third-round pick. I mean, yeah, he's been
Grand Theft Auto.
After he got hurt, he wasn't the same. But then again, it's like you come here to resurrect your career. I mean, look at Wiggins.
Livingston, Sean Livingston.
Yeah, look at Sean Livingston. Look at Wiggins. It's like Wiggins. There, a lot of people from Minnesota saying Wiggins are just gonna fucking give up during half of the season. He didn't.
And how can you, Jason, when you happen to have that culture of you're playing with champions. You're playing with fucking Steph Curry. You're playing with fucking Clay.
It's
Draymond. Come on.
It's more of the culture and the coaching that's at that place to keep you
there and good.
Keep you there and to keep
motivated
you upbeat, and it's motivating. It's like you're around a group of good people who are humble. That we have championships, but we still want to get better. That's the mentality.
And we have so many pieces too.
With some respect.
Go ahead, Joff.
Respect on who?
Put some respect on Maple Jordan's name.
Well, I was gonna say, like, even with
Maple Jordan, dog.
Say with a guy like that, or even just say with a guy like if you were to come over here, if you happen to be a first round pick and it didn't pan out wherever you're at, look at all the names. I mean, Steve Kerr alone, just basketball knowledge, the guys, the coaching staff and all that. And then when you get to the guys like Draymond and then Clay and then Steph and then, you know what I mean? How can you not shake those bad habits? You're going to have bad habits and then you're going to come to the Bay and you're going to shake those and you're going to learn good habits and championship basketball. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I'm excited for the season to start. Again, Waldo, all these teams hate us so bad. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, the team's getting Clay back, so obviously you got this big core three that's very, very intimidating. And then you have all these the rest of the team rounding it out is very interesting and very solid teams, right? Like you look at their center and it's like who are they running? They have Looney and Wiseman, is that who they're running?
And Marquise Chris. So I mean that's three there. And
they're really good centers, right? So it's like
they're decent, they're serviceable.
No, they let go of Chris. They let go of Marcus Chris.
Did they?
Last year, yeah.
No, because he was hurt.
Some salary cap shit.
He wasn't.
But they let him go once he got cleared. There's an injury exception. They released him.
Well,
or they traded him. He's part of a trade.
Regardless. So you have them. So you have those guys. You have Wiggins on there. You got Andre Iguodala coming off the bench probably. So I mean, it looks like a championship team again. And they've obviously have a couple more years of experience. So they're still a scary team, right? They're still basically the same team that won a championship a couple years ago. So yeah, of course you're gonna look at the Warriors and be like, oh, that's definitely not a team to sleep on. I mean, they made it into playoffs. They made it into the play-in game last year. And last year, the entire team was basically injured. The entire team was injured at one point or another, right? So, whatever. That's what happened last year. This coming year, it definitely looks better. And they're definitely not a team that you can actually sleep on. And I mean, yeah, if people are hating on the Warriors for, picking up, cast-offs, I guess, then cool. I mean, it's not like they're exactly a super team,
No, I think they just hate. I think they just hate our core three. That's why all these teams wait, hold on. Let me give a shout out to our very special Elite X member. We got Brooke Reviews in the house. How are you, Brooke? I hope you're on the road to a very, very good recovery. Thank you so much for always supporting the Hub 408 here. So I'm happy to do the news for you tonight, Brooke. Okay? All right, let's go. Oh, Waldo, I think you might be
Oh, sorry. That's what's happening. That was what was happening last year, and all this basketball news. A lot of things going on. Don't know what this next season's gonna be like, but should be fun. Should be interesting. Oh, oops! I clicked the wrong button. All right. All right. Next piece of news. Where am I? All right. So apparently, Jeopardy has picked a host to replace Alex Trebek. Well, he's in negotiations. I don't think they're actually it's not set in stone just yet. But it seems like they're going to pick this guy named Mike Richards.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Exactly. That is pretty much the entire internet's reaction to this guy, Mike Richards. Who is this dude? Why is he getting the permanent position?
I thought it was Kramer at first.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I thought it was Kramer.
Turns out he is actually a producer on Jeopardy. He's also a producer on The Price is Right or something like that. I believe he's also has and I believe he also has some kind of controversy following him, some kind of allegation that's following him as well. So who knows? But mainly when this news was announced, everybody basically went, "Who?" Because who is this guy? Who is this random person? They auditioned, or not auditioned, but they had so many guest, hosts appearing. Obviously, the internet wanted LeVar Burton, but you also had
that was my pick.
Aaron Rodgers would have been funny as hell.
Yes, that would have been dope.
You had Blossom, Mayim Bialik was on there, so they had a lot of very interesting choices that they could have gone with, and obviously some of them just did it for shits and giggles. Obviously, never really intended to be a permanent host, but I'm pretty sure some of them wanted to be a permanent host. Any one of them would have been a better pick than this random person who no one knows who he is. Turns out he's a producer on these game shows. It's cool. Who's gonna watch this?
This guy was probably in the background, hella hating on Alex T. Shout out, R.I.P. to the god Alex Trebek. But this guy was probably in the background, hating on him, hating on Drew Carey. Shout out to Drew Carey too, who was doing Prices Right. He was probably one of those dudes and said, "Yo, he kissed enough ass to where he's he actually has a spot."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can do a better job.
Yeah, who the fuck is this guy? You know what I'm saying? I would have liked LeVar Burton, Jason's pick.
Yeah, I think that would have been
fun. Me personally,
the internet's pick, really.
Yes. Me personally, I would have gone for one of the greatest QBs of all time, Aaron Rodgers. I would have gone for him.
That would have been funny as heck, I think.
I would have liked to have seen a personality, though, that either is very much the perfect fit, just like Jason's pick. I absolutely believe that's a perfect fit. But also, if you were to get a kind of out of the lines pick, like an Aaron Rodgers, I think that could be fun. So again, who the fuck is this guy? You know what I mean? And But if he somehow earned it and he wiggle roomed his way into doing that, shout out to him. Yeah, I don't know who's Michael. I thought it was the guy that was saying Kramer. When I said Mike Richards, who's the only Mike Richards I know is the one that destroyed his career. Kramer. All right, go.
Right?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull up a picture of this dude. Yeah, he just looks like a generic white guy.
All right, I'm gonna judge you. Yes, I'm gonna judge you on your looks. This is the one time that I'm gonna be very judgmental. All right, let's see.
Yeah. Come on, load. All right, whatever. He's
Waldo got that 56K going on right now.
Yeah, I know. I've got like a million things running right now, apparently, and just slow. Everything's slowing up. Oh well, whatever.
If you were to see my tabs, it's hella crazy. It's all like
it's
X videos, Pornhub, like
okay, yeah,
like the tabs, but it's like hella open. Because there was like things from last week I didn't get to watch yet, so I just all right. Go ahead.
Okay. This next piece is a little clip of a person who does American Sign Language.
Oh, I love this.
And
yes,
they have a video of her doing Megan's performance of WAP.
Yes,
and,
this was amazing.
Yeah, too bad it's really slow. Yeah, I'm trying to load it.
With that wet ass, right?
Yeah. So I'm on my work computer and it's not optimized for this kind of stuff, I guess. Maybe I should just next time I'll jump onto my gaming computer. It should work a little bit better.
There you go.
Should have more RAM. So this video kind of, whenever it loads up, basically is a person who's doing sign language, and she's basically so this is kind of a thing that's been happening lately for a lot of people who are concert goers, right? Like before COVID, especially, like this was kind of a thing that happened at a lot of big shows where they had a person doing sign language for the people who are hearing impaired, so that they can also enjoy the show and hear the lyrics and all that kind of stuff. Because you can still feel the music, right? When you're at a concert, but to try and anyone else? This is so annoying. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's definitely not the internet. It is definitely. Hold on, let me see if I can close up some of my tabs. Maybe this will help. Keep some of these things from.
I have tabs from like 2 weeks ago. I don't close because like I didn't get to download it yet.
Yeah,
you know so I mean,
I usually. Dude,
of course.
I try not to have
just bookmark it. Close that tab. Just bookmark it.
But then there's all the bookmarks.
You gotta
you
separate the bookmarks. You gotta
I just leave the tab open. I leave the tab open, so I'll say like Harry. So like when I see the first like word and this is like Harry or something like that, then like I know what it is.
So fair.
All right.
Wow. Okay.
Damn, I'm trying to see if I can pull it up on my second monitor here. Oh wait, that's not the right. I suck at technology, man.
Oh my gosh.
I suck at this shit.
All right. It doesn't even want to load.
This is a news blooper, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Julius, how are you?
Just give him the link.
Dang, this is a news blooper. Sorry, guys, we have a news blooper going on right now. Damn it.
Well, here's the link. If anyone wants to check it out.
I might be able to open. Damn it.
All right, I'm gonna put the link in our chat so we can get it going.
Hey Julius, how are you? We're just doing the news right now. We wanted to show you guys this for the hearing impaired. This was a sign language rendition or interpreter's rendition of Megan Thee Stallion's WAP. But we can't play it for you guys because it's a little bit internet's a little slow on Ninja's end here. Gosh. Hi Blythe, ¿Cómo está? Welcome to episode 99 of the Hub 408. We're just doing the news, guys. Doing the news and current events for you guys. Okay, hold on a second. You said it was in the chat?
Yeah, it's in our chat. So awkward.
Yeah, it's still not. Oh man.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to switch to my gaming computer next week. Hopefully that works a little bit better. But yeah, my work computer, I guess, is just not okay with
Let
this.
me try. Can you guys see that right now?
Yeah. Enlarge it.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't have to play the music.
Oh my god. Hey.
I mean, okay, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah,
Woo! What do you guys think about this performance right here? Look at that.
It's pretty awesome, honestly.
Joffrey, what do you think about her motions right there, Joff?
I mean, it speaks for itself. I can't do it justice. Like, just watch it, I guess.
Again, this is for the hearing impaired. This is a person's interpreter for the hearing impaired that cannot hear Megan's lyrics. Woo! Yeah, by the way, she fine too. She a cutie. Choke. Hey. All right.
Yeah. So
very good.
So yeah, I thought that was an interesting little thing. All right. All right. If you want to throw me back on. A little bit more sports news. Lionel Messi is leaving Barcelona.
What?
Apparently, Barcelona
there
has no money.
Yeah,
they have debt issues. They have financial issues, so they can't sign him. And he tried to take as much of a pay cut as possible. Apparently,
no.
And they
I could go into more detail on this one. Yeah, so pretty much the they've been having so many financial issues for the past,
Hey, Astrid.
I think, 10 to 15 years. They're just hella crazy. Because they were giving out like crazy amount of contracts to certain players. Like, Neymar was there too, and they gave him hella money. So I mean, they were trying to keep that, they were trying to keep their core together. But in the end, it was just like, your biggest star, even trying to take one of the biggest pay cuts just to stay on the team, which he loved. He's been on that. He's been in the. He's been in the Barcia family since he was 13. Coming from Argentina, so he's been there for a long time. He's like he's like 34 now or something like that, right? So
he grew up there basically, right?
Yeah, so he is pretty much in the under 18 team until the professional team, pretty much playing. So it was a very emotional press conference. I was kind of bummed. I was actually really bummed out about it, but at the same time, like, I understood the process of what was going on. Barcelona has been in financial trouble, like I said, for a very, very long time, giving out these lucrative contracts, and then not having fans in the stadium even made it worse. So it came to a point where you end up losing your greatest, the pretty much the one of the greatest players of all time.
Yes.
But at the same time,
straight up,
there are also, it's not a rumor anymore. PSG, which is in Paris, are trying to they're trying to sign him for 2 years to play there. So, everybody's saying it's a done deal. I mean, it's close. It's close enough for him to be back and forth. But yeah, it was just it was pretty crazy. He couldn't stop crying during the press conference. Like, he was very emotional.
Dang.
So
end of an era.
Yeah.
Truly end of an era.
Just because of financial situations, those are the end of an era. For a guy that wanted to stay, even though last year he didn't want to stay just because of the situation with the team, but this year he really wanted to stay, and it just couldn't happen anymore. So, whatever contract extension he tried to sign last year was null and void by La Liga because of the financial situation. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy. So
you know what's crazy? You had said that the team was spending a lot on these lucrative contracts and stuff like that, and you're saying that the fans weren't even showing up. So there is a huge disconnect, right?
And there. I meant like not also the fan. I meant there, because of COVID, there was no fans in the stadium. So how you?
Gotcha.
I mean, fans like because like football is very big.
Yes.
In Europe, so anybody's gonna show up to that. Like, I mean, when they were here at Levi's, I mean, there was hella money going into that stadium because it was big. I mean, it's a big sport, and if you love that sport, you're gonna go watch it. I mean, I love soccer. I played the game.
They should have.
It's fun. It's a fun game when you.
You know how like sometimes the NFL will go and like play these exhibition games outside, and they might have played the exhibition game, but because of COVID and all that, they should have just kept finding other places just around the world to hold these games and to play and stuff too.
That's the thing, is because there's a lot of travel restrictions too. Like, a lot of countries were not letting anybody come in, so
they weren't letting a lot of Americans go there.
I'm just saying, these guys could have figured it out. They could have had their own version of what's that? The shell or the bubble, where you get an indoor stadium.
Oh, well, no, they did, but
it's tough because it's because here we're just in different states. They're in different countries. That's that's the hard part about it. Like, there are a lot of travel restrictions.
What's up, Q? What's up?
So, I mean, the only teams that they could be playing is pretty much just whatever is in Spain. And maybe possibly Portugal, but other than that, they can't be playing nobody else outside of those leagues. So that's the tough part about it. And when you don't even have that capital to keep even your stadiums open for fans to come in, it's just like, what's the point? And I know for sure that they've even tried, like, for sure, like, stadium staff and team personnel. They let a lot of people go just to minimize and put everybody into place. But yeah, I mean, for that to happen to a team to lose the greatest player in their team history just because of financial reasons, that's what kind of sucks. And you know, there could have been signs like that here in the States too with multiple sports. I mean, look at baseball. There is no salary cap, none whatsoever. You could like, I mean, when Mike Trout was still in his 20s and he signed that freaking crazy ass 10-year deal, that's insane. So I mean, look at hockey. Hockey was crazy too, and then now look at basketball, where even though you do have a salary cap, look at the Warriors. Steph Curry is the only player in NBA history to sign two $200 million contracts. So
Super wild.
that's
So
super
wild.
crazy, and he's about to make 60 in his final year of his contract. So that's insane, and that's only 4 years from now. So, so I mean, yeah, I mean, you are playing a child. You know, you're being paid like a freaking CEO, or even better than that, and you're playing a kids game. So, you know,
What's
it's
up,
crazy.
Candy? What's up, man?
It's pretty crazy, and this is like an example of what can happen when your team runs out of money and you can't even keep your star. It's like you got to start from scratch.
Oh, that's crazy, dude.
You have to start from scratch.
Yeah. So yeah, end of an era. Messi leaving Barca. All right. Next news. We're gonna go through these pretty quick. So recently there was a report that came out on the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, and so basically they're saying that right now it's pretty much make or break. Basically, and I know it seems like they've been saying this for a very long time, but really the thing is, look, we've had all this time to try and change stuff, you know, to try and make positive changes for our environments, for the climate. We haven't done it, you know, and now it's finally gotten to a point where it's like, look, it's pretty messed up. You could see it in California, all the wildfires, the drought, the food is, you know, all our food is getting more and more expensive. You know, so it's definitely happening. Here's a slide that we can look at. Here's some things that we can look forward to in the coming decade, because we're not doing anything to stop climate change. Sea level rising. I mean, we've heard about this for many years. You know, like ever since I was a kid, I want to say, you know, 20, 30 years, we've been hearing stuff about sea levels rising because of climate change. And that is something that is going to affect a lot of people. You know, there's a lot of people.
I like how that guy has a nice shirt on, though, right?
Yeah,
he has a nice shirt on. Right?
Yeah.
The other guy has, like, it looks like he might have some. I don't know if that's a bandage or John Cena shorts. Anyways, let's go on to the next. There we go.
But yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of places, you know, that are islands, that are coastal, that are definitely going to start feeling the effects of sea levels rising, and that can definitely take a toll on those places. You know, heat waves are going to start becoming more and more frequent, right? Like Death Valley this year, last year has been setting records. The last few years they've been setting records. A lot of places have been getting slowly more warm as time goes by. We're going to get a lot of this kind of stuff, you know, and just storms, just crazy weather is just going to start happening. Obviously, California, we're going to have more droughts. This is a thing that's going to happen all over the world, you know.
Drought season.
A lot of people are going to be trying to go to places that can sustain them, because right now a lot of places can't sustain these people, unfortunately. So that's
water, no life, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Word.
Storms are going to be more common.
Look at that old lady. She can't even leave. Sorry ass lady asking for help.
So we're looking at heavier rain in Europe, North America, most regions of Africa and Asia. And
Hey, she probably deserves it.
Right, old ass lady.
Probably done some bad
so
shit.
you're getting so basically you're getting about 30% more water, and or 30% more heavy rain. You're getting 7% more water on average. So you're slowly going to start getting more and more water in these places that
Look at this
traditionally
lady.
have gotten typhoons and hurricanes and stuff like that. So yeah,
Fucking
these storms
bum
are going to
ass
get.
lady.
Bum ass lady. She looked like a hoarder, Joff. Jason, look at all that stuff in the corner. It looks like a fucking hoarder. Fucking bum. All right, go ahead. Fucking.
So yeah, I mean these are definitely things that that will start happening, and we're already seeing signs of climate
Yeah.
change happening. What can we do? I mean, all we can really do is hopefully we get people in office that will actually care about these kinds of things.
Hell yeah.
We have to. The some of the big, I mean, the biggest polluters are not your average people driving around. It's companies.
Yep.
It's companies that are doing all kinds of stuff that are putting stuff into the air that's really affecting a lot of the atmosphere.
It's not just your local chavito throwing away a napkin on the floor. You know what I mean? It's these big companies that are like dumping huge amounts of waste and like really, locations close to, living and all that stuff, making it really bad for us.
Yeah, and just really polluting the air. Part of it is also, people have been talking about trying to go vegetarian because domestic cattle, like raising cattle farming, that puts a lot of pollutants in the air too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a big thing. These are things that we need to be aware of, and things that hopefully we can. We have about 10 years apparently to fix it.
This is a decade to do it, guys. I know I'm gonna maybe do my part. What about you guys? Are you guys maybe gonna do your part?
I mean, I'm barely driving right now, so I'm definitely doing something. Or definitely not doing something.
There you go.
But really, there's not a whole lot else that we can do. I mean, everything's so interconnected, right? Like just the fact that we're online right now, doing this stream, making this podcast, using energy that comes from somewhere, and there's all these different things that are so interconnected with each other. It's really difficult to try and pinpoint a good strategy, and that's why we have to really push for people who are experts in this field and who are advocating for positive changes to these to the climate. So we need to find those people and put them in office and have them like do something, because right now it's the fact that we're not doing anything. We're ending up with these weather phenomenon that really should not be happening. So
maybe in the olden days they would have thought like electricity was magic, or some type of sorcery. So we need those scientists, or those type of heads, just like what Waldo said. We need those leaders to be maybe either in those chairs or at least speak to those people in those positions to maybe figure it out. Because I mean, if you said this is a decade and we only have that amount of time to do it, that's kind of scary, man.
Yeah.
Episode 99 of the Hub, guys. I hope you guys are doing good. We're just doing the last bits of the news for you. Let's see what else we got, Waldo.
This came out recently. Apparently, Marvel and DC are some news came out that a lot of the people that work on the comic books, and we're talking about big names. Your Kurt Busiek, your Ed Brubaker. Like Ed Brubaker, created Winter Soldier. So these guys are getting very little money for what they did. Yes, they signed contracts, but look, you guys are making billions and billions and billions of dollars, right? And you have the leverage to basically say, we are Marvel, we are DC, you're going to write for us, this is what we're going to give you, take it or leave it. And if you're, obviously if you're starting out, obviously if you're just like an unknown, you're going to take it, right? And some of these people, obviously some of the smaller name writers and artists basically took these deals, and they're just basically not paying them much money for the characters that they helped create. Um, Jim Starlin helped create Thanos. He negotiated a bigger payout because he's Jim Starlin, right? He's one of the bigger names in the comic book industry.
Mhm.
But obviously you have a lot of people who aren't that big and who aren't really getting a whole lot of money. The big name people, they're getting this $5,000. It's the smaller name people that don't get anything. They don't even get invited to these premieres. They basically treat a lot of their talent like garbage. You know, there's still very much a lot of uh, there's still a lot of I mean, like Jack Kirby's widow, apparent, you know, was fighting Marvel for the longest time because Marvel treated Jack Kirby very poorly. Like they didn't pay him a whole lot of money, and
Well,
this
even
is one of
five
those things.
ranks is kind of crazy. Like, here's five. Well, I know we might have
Yeah.
to read into it more, but you know, yeah, a check for 5,000 and an invitation to the premiere. That's kind of
Yeah.
all you get. You know what I mean?
That's pretty much all you get. Yeah.
Where you should kind of get sales, back end sales,
He
and
didn't-
you know,
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even
Crazy.
get in. He had to text
Oh, yeah,
Sebastian
yeah.
Stan to get him in.
Well, Kurt Busiek didn't. I think it was Busiek or Brubaker. They went
Yeah, they
to
didn't
the
let him in.
premiere of Winter Soldier, and he wasn't on the list. He texted Sebastian Stan, and Sebastian Stan got him in. I mean, that's how wild it is. It's like, dude, Ed Brubaker brought him back. Oh, here you go.
that is crazy.
Right. So, I mean, the Winter Soldier is taken directly from Brubaker's run. You know, I mean, he's the guy that brought Bucky back.
Mhm.
That was the thing, right? For the longest time in Marvel lore, Bucky stays dead.
What up,
That's
RJ?
that is the only true thing in the Marvel universe.
Bucky and Uncle Ben.
Right. And now Bucky came back. So
Uncle Ben came back too.
kind of. He's been brought back a few times. Like there was clones of him and stuff like that. But either way, they brought him back and he became the Winter Soldier. And Winter Soldier is one of the more popular characters, especially now, after being in the movies and having his own TV show with, you know,
Having
with
awesome
Falcon.
hair, right?
Yeah.
He had the awesome long hair.
So it's wild. Jerry Conway created Power Girl, and because they were like, "Oh, she's too much like Supergirl," we're not going to give you any kind of money for that. Basically, it's not different enough. So yeah, it's, a lot of these contracts that they look at that people signed back in the 70s and 80s were very, you know, they weren't great. A lot of the stuff was very much, you know, work. What is that called? Work for hire. So you hire. You're like a freelancer, right?
Yeah, they
hire
work for
you
a bunch
this
of
project.
freelancers. Yep.
Yeah,
The
I
Sal
hire you for this
Buscema's.
project. Right. So you hire
John's
them for a
favorite,
project
Sal
and
Buscema.
they leave after they're done, right?
Hey, he's a
And
legend.
He is actually.
He is. But we hated his shit at the time. Let's just be
at the
real.
time.
We fucking
Yeah.
hated his shit. We're like, dude, fuck Sal Buscema. This guy sucks. But then as you get older, you're like, you know what? This guy was fucking pretty dope. You know, for him to churn out all those books, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a workhorse.
Yep.
So yeah, it's kind of a shame that, you know, Marvel, Disney, DC, Warner Brothers is treating their talent like this. I mean, these are the people who basically wrote the stories that a lot of these movies are based off of, right? Like whole like storylines are based on these comics, and it's really, really messed up that this is how they're treating their talent. And you know, it's not a new thing. This is kind of how the comic book industry has worked for a very long time. So yeah, it sucks. Did we lose Ron? Is that what happened?
Did we?
His screen just went black. Oh well. Okay, moving on with the next piece of story. So, I don't know if you guys grew up in the 80s was a fan of this, but the Lamborghini Countach looks to be making a comeback. I, for one, definitely had a poster of this car on my wall somewhere. There's a little teaser video of it, if I can play it. If not, it doesn't show the car at all. It's just kind of like one of those, holy crap, the Countach is coming back. But yeah, this is one of my favorite cars back when I was a kid. It was one of those cars where it's just like, what is that? Just the wild design that it just blew me away when I was a kid. Obviously, since then, Lamborghini's been put out, a bunch of crazy looking cars: the Diablo, the Huracan, Aventador. They all basically have this kind of wedge shape to them. A very very similar look. But to me, the Countach was that one of those first things where you're just kind of like, what am I looking at? And it kind of just blew me away when I was a kid. And they're bringing it back, so that's I don't know what to say about that. It's just it's just wild.
It's modernized though, right?
Yeah, but there's no details. I mean, obviously, it's something that they're gonna bring back. It's been I guess 50 years now. It seems like so. I would have to imagine it's modernized. I don't know if they're making like a hybrid. I don't know if they're making like an electric car. Yeah, there's no real details. It just says that they're doing something, and with a Countach name. So, I look forward to this. I look forward to seeing this car that I will never get to drive, let alone own. But it should be pretty cool for those rich people out there. Last thing I want to talk about is the Why the Last Man trailer came out last week. If you guys didn't know, Why the Last Man is a comic book written by Brian K. Vaughan, drawn by Pia Guerrera, and it's about every single mammal with the Y chromosome is wiped out, and this is the aftermath. Well, is wiped out except for one person and his pet monkey, who are both males. And this is a story about the post-apocalypse that kind of takes place after all that. How the world tries to pull it together after losing half the population of the world. It's if you're not familiar with Brian K. Vaughan, he's honestly one of my favorite writers. He's also wrote Ex Machina, which is a really great book, and Saga, which is an amazing comic book. This guy is just one of those top tier writers that I follow, and so this was one of my first introductions to Brian K. Vaughan and Vertigo, and it's actually a very good story. It's actually it takes a lot of twists and turns. It's very clever. It subverts a lot of like things that you think will happen, right? Like Brian K. Vaughan is not one of those that basically writes a story and kind of follows down this a familiar path. He sets you up and then he takes things away from you, and it's a very enjoyable ride. It's honestly like I'm honestly very surprised that this is still a thing. Like years ago, they announced that they were making it, and it's been in the making for maybe, I don't know, 10 plus, almost 10 years in the making. Now they finally have a trailer. I'm super pumped for it. Hopefully it's good. It's going to be on Hulu, and it's premiering September 13th on FX on Hulu is basically what they're saying. So. Yeah.
And that is the news.
That is the news. I don't know where Ron is. Did he text or anything like that?
Let me see. No, he did not.
Look like it.
No,
yeah.
he did not.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go. We got. Oh. Hello.
Oh, he muted himself.
Oh. Okay. Well, all right. So yeah, let's. I guess we got maybe another. Oh, we have a. Yo, what's up? Hello, Ron.
Sorry, guys. I forgot some fruit that was in the trunk.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we just kind of finished up with a couple of. We finished up with some stuff. Basically, talk about why the Last Man trailer a little bit. If anyone was interested in the comic book, great comic book. Totally recommend reading it. They're making a TV show about it with it based on it. So, and yeah, we're finished with the news. We can go right into recommendations. I know Jason's got a hard out at 11:30. He needs to wake up early tomorrow. So,
Jason, you want to go with your recos?
Yeah. First reco would be if you're in the Bay Area, if you're looking for something to do. I know it's still COVID out there. Well, at least this place, they try to keep everything safe. So you do have to have your mask on. So every Thursday night or so, the Exploratorium off of Pier 15 and 17 in San Francisco, they do have an after dark opening museum for 18 and over. So if you're looking for things to do, they do have distinct different topics every week. So last Thursday, me and Joe Boss were there, and they had an explanation in physics. All their information is on the website on Exploratorium, so you could either Google that or look it up. It's pretty wild. I think 2 weeks from now they'll either be talking about like oceanography or the planet. So I do recommend that if you're looking for something to do on a Thursday night. Let me see what else. And then just a one little bit of news. So I think today or sometime this week or last week, they Sony finally confirmed the purchase of Crunchyroll. Even though it was like last year, but they finally finalized everything this morning or this evening. So it's a complete deal. Sony now owns Crunchyroll and Funimation. So
wow,
it's
all the anime
in the States Sony owns now, which is hella crazy. So
crazy, dude.
So yeah, I mean,
yeah. So get your Plex servers ready, guys. If you don't want to pay for the subscription.
There you go. Ninja told you basically how you can get your anime now if you're in the United States.
I'm a paying subscriber, so
there you go.
It's kind of weird to have both. Now I just gotta drop one.
Yeah. What's up, Gummy? What's up, Honey? What's up, Mega? What's up, guys? ¿Cómo está?
So yeah, that's all I got.
I was gonna say, I know Jason, of course, is gonna get out of here. He will be here, hopefully. Jason, you're gonna be around for episode 100.
Yeah, I'll be.
So episode 100. Later on this week, it's gonna be on Friday, U.S. time. We're trying to book some special guests. Book some special guests for episode 100. Hopefully, we get some replies back to where we can promo it. You know what I mean? So if you're a fan of the Hub 408, and if you've seen some of our guests on here before, we might have those folks on here where we can talk to them real quick for about 10-15 minutes, nerd out with them real quick, ask them what they got going on in their lives real quick, and thank them for being here on Kumu, since we are celebrating our 3 years on the app now. Kumu's been around for 3 years, so for the Hub 408 to be on this app, with Jay, Joff, Ninja, Steve also. Shout out to our boy Jake also, but we're happy to do this stuff for you. Before you get out of here, though, Jason, was there anything else that you wanted to plug besides that? That was the only recommendation for tonight?
That's only my only recommendation. So other than that, I mean, community stage every Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. here in California. Pacific time, and then I think it's like 8:30 in Manila time on Thursday. So community stage, Secret Sauce with Joe Boss. We do that, and then I think it's I know people like our groups have been waiting for me to do another squared circle. So I actually have that planned. We will continue the episode um, Labor Day weekend, so it'll be that Sunday. I think it's the 5th, September 5th, which will be the episode back. And
Oh,
we
all out.
yeah,
Okay.
after the pay
After
per
all
view.
out.
Yeah, after the pay per view. So I will explain to you guys now, pretty much. So we will be doing the Grand Champions bracket. So the first episode will probably do 2 brackets. It's only so what I'm planning to do is I am taking 8 promotions, eight of the main promotions that's been going on for the longest time. So I will tell you right now. So we are doing the WWE, we are doing WCW, we are doing NWA, we are doing New Japan Pro Wrestling, we are doing Ring of Honor. What else is the other one? TNA and Impact, and then since the the combination of WCW, so we are doing WWE two belts in the WWE. So it's the WWE Championship, and when they assimilated the World Heavyweight Championship. So we're going to be doing that. I did pick the top 8 champions according to certain websites. I do have them sourced. Uh, so pretty much we're going to be picking. It's a tournament style. So the group of the Squared Circle will be picking one champion out of the 8 to represent each belt in a final bracket, which will determine like the greatest champion of all time. So it could end up like the movie one, where we weren't expecting that movie to be the champion, but there'll be different things like that. So that'll be coming up September 5th, and that will be running about then pretty much 2 months, and then we're going to be going into another hiatus after that because I don't know what to do after. So we'll see. And then you can catch me on my regular stream. I'm building Legos from time to time, so I'll be doing that as well. So that's all I got. So just stay tuned.
All right. Well, there you go. Make sure you're following Jay Jericho on all platforms, IG, Facebook, also here.
That's my IG up there. And then my Kumu is J_Jericho. So, make sure to follow me there, and I'll try to do the best as I can. So
there you go. That's all we ask from you, Jay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We will see you. We will see you episode 100. Correct, sir?
Yeah. I'll be here on Friday. Yes.
All right. Any final shout outs before you get up out of here?
Platinum. Shout out to
100, dude. Crazy.
Shout out to my brothers here in the Hub 408. Steve, Jake couldn't be here.
Happy birthday to Jake too. It was his birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday
to Jake.
Happy 21st birthday to Jake Rainbow.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Elite X family. Couldn't do without them. Shout out to the entire community. Keep streaming. Keep doing what you guys keep doing. Whether you're live streaming your life, whether you're singing, dancing, drawing, playing video games, doing whatever, man. Just keep doing what you got to do. Be safe out there. Stay masked up. If you can, get your vaccines on. I mean, if you don't, we understand. Just make sure to keep yourself safe and everybody around you safe. Because this virus is not playing around. We should have been done with this a while back, but of course we can't control the mutations, and our doctors and scientists are trying to do as best as they could to keep this from turning into the bad word or the bad two letters instead of pandemic, and then replacing the PAN with the EP.
Epidemic.
Yeah, you don't want. That's what we don't want. So just be safe out there. Don't hate on each other. Love one another. Where if you truly do believe in your religion and in God, they did not put us here on this planet to judge each other. That's not our job. Our job is to love each other. So, that's pretty much it. But if you're one of those hating Karens and Kents out there,
Yes.
good luck to you.
Karen and Ken.
I've been watching all your YouTube videos and you guys going flaming down in flames, and it's the most hilarious thing I've ever seen, especially when you're arguing with people at Walmart.
Let me talk to your manager.
Yeah.
H Mart. Y'all see that video?
And the funniest one was where this lady kept coming back to like a gas station attendant, and then he did the pop copy thing where she's all, let me speak to your supervisor, and then he's all, okay, and then he didn't even leave. He's like, I'm the supervisor, and he's let me talk to your manager, and then he did the same thing. He's like, I'm the manager, and he's let me talk to your regional director. He's like, okay, let me call him real quick, and then he hung up the phone. He's like, I'm the regional director. So it was hella funny. So just things like that, because she got put on YouTube, and she came back and try to, it's hella funny. And what's even more funny is the people who consider them sovereign citizens, and they get flamed in court, which is even more funnier as well. So, you don't want to be those people. You don't want to act entitled and everything. Just, just care and love for everybody around you. We got to stop the hate pretty much. And it always starts with us. So that's all I got. And I'll check you guys out on Friday.
All right. Thank you so much, Jason.
Yeah.
Have a great week. Okay, dude?
You guys too.
All right.
And really quick, we'll see you, Joff, at Silicon, if it's still going on.
I know.
Silicon.
Yeah, me and Joe will be there to support you, like I always do every time I see you, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you so much, Jay. We appreciate you, brother.
Later,
man. I like how Jason gave a plug, though, to Joff here. If you guys are in the Bay Area, Silicon, Jason, I talked about you could buy tickets, but please come and, if you're in the Bay Area, buy a ticket to Silicon. It's a comic book convention. There's going to be a whole bunch of stars there, but the biggest star is going to be our own Jopsimus Prime. He's going to be out there, with his artwork and all that stuff. So please come and support. We might be out there too. You might see the rest of the Hub 408. Sometimes when it comes to these conventions and stuff, we're usually together. That's so weird how the only pictures that we have together of all of us together happen to always be at these conventions. You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool that for years now we've been going to these comic book or toy conventions, and either as fans or like Joff has worked there. I've worked a couple of WonderCons back in the day too, selling my art, selling my stuff out there too. So it's always good to push what we love, and for us to present it in that form or fashion. We'd love for you guys to come out and support our own Jopsimus Prime. We got about 15 minutes left here. Did you guys want to go into recos now then too?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right. Joff, what about you? Any recommendations for this episode of the Hub 408? Shout out also to DJ Philly. Shout out to Rob. Man, our very own Brooke Reviews also had shared the live. So thank you so much, Brooke, for sharing the live for us. All right, go ahead, Joff.
Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad, not Suicide Squad.
Yes.
The Suicide Squad. So it's probably the best DC. It's not saying much. Let's
talk.
It's not saying much, but it's the best DC movie.
I mean, it's a really good movie.
I agree,
right?
though. I know we're
saying it's the best DC movie, and it's not a high bar, but at the same time, it is actually a really good movie. It's a very solid movie.
It's super fun.
I feel. Like I really enjoyed
Yeah,
myself watching it.
it's super fun. Like it's hard to like they did a good job because it's hard to pick a favorite character because like everybody had
Yeah.
their moments to shine. So
Mhm.
so
Well,
yeah,
of
yeah,
the main cast, right? Because obviously it is Suicide Squad.
yeah,
People do die. They
yeah.
do show that happening. It is very James Gunn, harkening back to his old trauma filmmaking, right? Like it's gory, it's bloody. There's a lot of there's a lot of crazy action that's going on, but it's it's definitely a fun movie. It definitely does not take itself too seriously, and Suicide Squad shouldn't really do that. It shouldn't take itself too seriously.
But Joff said here, uh, in his opinion, I also happen to share the same opinion. But Joff, you said it's the best DC movie.
Yeah. It's the most. At least it's the most enjoyable to me. Like
Yeah.
to watch it, it's like
Mhm.
super fun. It's not, you know, it never
Yeah.
dragged. Like
Mhm.
Joff, as I was watching this, it wasn't even done yet, Joff. But as I was watching this, not only did I say I could watch this again, I was like, I'll watch this 1,000 times before I watch
dude,
the League again. How is the Squad better than the League? This is the whole thing I was watching the entire time. How is this Zack Snyder? You're writing or whatever, right? I don't know. I'm just
they took
saying.
it like they took
Oh,
it too
man.
seriously. Justice League, they made it, they make it one. I mean, of course you could have serious, you could take it seriously, but you could make it fun. Like
Mhm.
it's
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
not fun.
dark. It's so dark. The Justice League, so dark.
Mhm.
It's just
But this was
yeah.
dark too, but
but it's funny.
very
It's
bright
yeah.
and very fun. And damn, Joff, I really love this. Like, as we're saying this too, the movie is playing in the other room because somebody's trying to catch up. They're like, dude, I didn't know this movie was that good.
Yeah,
and
no,
you know what?
I've seen it like multiple times, but I'll just pick certain scenes that I want to see it again because it makes me laugh so much.
I'll say this: my feed this week. Not to say they were ruining it, but they're like, I fell asleep. It was boring. I was like, did we watch the same movie, guys?
Yeah.
Then again, these guys probably love Justice League though too. So I don't know if that says a lot, but they weren't shitting on Justice League like how they were like, yo, I didn't even get through this.
Yeah.
And I was like, really?
I'll go ahead.
I was
I'll
like,
go ahead
wow,
and judge
dude.
them. They're idiots.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And these guys happen to be like fans, like how me and you are fans. So I'm just like, wow, did we watch the same movie, guys? Because honestly, I don't know how Suicide Squad was better, or The Suicide Squad was better than any other DC movie. By the way, Rotten Tomatoes had Wonder Woman and then Suicide Squad right under. I mean, I thought Wonder Woman was garbage anyway. So I'm already going to put Suicide Squad up there. What's up to my boy Sabotage too? What's up, man? What's up to User? What's up to Jillian? What's up, guys? How are you guys
Wonder
doing?
Woman?
Dog.
It's rated better than Suicide Squad. Man.
Yeah, there's the first Wonder Woman, I think. That's what I'm saying. We talk about part one. No, well, see, that's the thing. Even the original, the original Suicide Squad, I actually thought I was in the minority. I thought that was the most likable DC movie. But then the new one that just came out this past weekend, Sab, which is Joff's recommendation for this week's episode on the Hub 408, episode 99. He's saying that this is the best DC movie of all time. I happen to be in agreement. I don't know if Ninja is there, you know what I mean? But I mean, I definitely like this movie a lot, though, Joff. What's up, Ninja?
It is definitely of the DC movies. I think it is the best one. I really enjoyed Wonder Woman. I felt like it fell off at the end, unfortunately, whereas this one didn't really leave me hanging the entire movie, right? Like everything kind of happened the way it happened, and I think it explained everything very well. Like there was no fall off. Everything was pretty logical. I think the way that James Gunn directed the movie was pretty spot on. The editing was really good. Just how everything was put together was really, really cool. I really enjoyed it. That being said, obviously, it definitely felt like a rated R Guardians of the Galaxy, which honestly I'm not opposed to. It, it's if you're gonna crib from yourself, and if you're gonna crib from yourself, with from Guardians of the Galaxy, that is fine.
It's your own bag of tricks, right?
Right.
It's kind of like these are my tricks anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna present it in a DC format. So
right. And the way he presents it, I mean, it's interesting enough. It's each character is different enough. I think they all have a good motivation. They go through a lot of the character development for each, for everybody. So you get to really know these people. You get to know some of their backgrounds. You get to know how they see the world, like literally in some cases, right? Like some of the characters, they show you what they're seeing, and you can kind of get into the mind of a couple of these different characters and how they view the world. You get to care about them, and when some of them die, which is inevitable because it's literally in the name, it kind of hits you. You're like, oh, damn, they are definitely not holding back.
Shout out real quick to our boy Sabotage. He was like, wait. Are we talking about the new DC movies or all time? We're talking about just
all
the
time?
new
of all time.
We're just talking about the recent crop of DC
the Zack
movies.
Snyderverse, the Snyderverse movies.
We're not talking about Nolan and his. I mean, that's a standalone. When it comes to like the other Batmans and stuff like that, we're just talking about the new shit, right? The new shit that's trying to compete with Marvel. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Yeah, man, this movie. Joff, I didn't think I was gonna like it this much. I didn't have no expectations. Then again, I just wanted to have a good time, and I had more than a good time, Joff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, dude. I mean, even the trailers, right? I thought it was gonna be funny. It's like fucking Pete Davidson's such a dick.
And I'm glad he got killed off, right?
When he was
here's the
fucking
thing.
with the guard,
Sorry, spoiler alert. Holy shit, dude.
When he was fucking with the guard,
y'all.
when he was like trying to see if he was gonna draw, whatever, he was just like he was fucking with the guard, like, oh, he's gonna pull his gun. It's like, oh man, this guy's such a dick. And Weasel, man, my boy Weasel.
Amazing. Weasel. Amazing.
What an ugly ass character too, dude. Fucking gross, dude. I was like, oh, nasty.
Dude, that I mean that they showed it on they showed it in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. So I mean, like that bit was like, yo, is this a dog? It's like, it's like
it's gross, dude. That part is nasty. It's like, ugh.
Even like I hate even Captain Boomerang. It was like in the first movie he wasn't that funny, but Captain Boomerang here was super funny. He was like,
yeah,
dude, like he's not even doing anything. He was just talking. He was like, this dude is funny. He's like, fuck, I want to hang out with this dude, but he's a scumbag. But
And there's definitely a lot of people who died that you're kind of like, oh, I wish they kept it. I wish they made it. Yeah, and that's how good these characters are. That's how good they presented the characters.
Yeah, the acting, it's like subtle stuff, like fucking TDK. It was like
TDK, dude. So dumb. Yeah, I think the problem. I think part of the problem with the first movie, and I mean, I haven't really seen it, but I think David Ayer was trying to go for a more grim and gritty Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And I think DC was like, oh, we want it to be more like Guardians of the Galaxy. Or Deadpool, or we want it to be more like that. And so they kind of like in the middle of it changed everything, reshot everything.
Yeah.
And so it came out with, whatever that Suicide Squad was. This time around, they actually went to the source and said, hey, James Gunn, make us a Suicide Squad movie. Do it the way, do it that way. And, they got the right person for the movie they wanted to make, which is probably the first correct decision DC movies has made
I think they vetoed an idea though. I don't know if you got if I read this right and if I'm remembering it right. His first pitch was Suicide Squad versus Superman. Because he wanted to show Superman just tear these guys apart. Like, and they're like, no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
I don't know if that's really a thing. Superman, well, okay, comic book Superman would never do that. Snyderverse Superman? Probably.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. He kind of pitched that, and they're like, we kind of don't want to go down. That's a little too dark. And Suicide Squad has been more of a Batman thing too, right? Like they're more of a Batman rogues gallery in a way too. So I was just like, okay, he's kind of reaching with this, but I do like the energy. Like he's like, yo, let me see how far I can throw this football, so I like how they went there. You know what I mean?
I think they did have a storyline where they had to, at least in the cartoons from what I remember, they had a storyline where they had to kind of take out the Justice League, or they had to go up against the Justice League.
Yeah.
So they're used for anything, honestly.
Without any spoilers or whatever, before we move on, just real quick, my favorite character was Peacemaker. What about you, Joff? Who's your favorite character?
Dude, it's hard, but
yeah, it's really difficult.
Even
everyone is very cool.
Even Flag, he was funny.
He was amazing. Yes, yeah. Rick Flag was dope.
Fucking dude, King Shark,
amazing. Amazing.
Sylvester Stallone as King Shark.
Kind of stole the show at certain parts, right?
He's like, dude, he's adorable. Like,
yeah,
King Shark is adorable. I thought I wasn't, because my favorite King Shark was Harley Quinn in the series, and in that series he was like a smart dude, but this one is like they dump like super dumb, but he's super adorable. Like
this part, huh? Remember that part? that was my favorite line. Like all that stuff, dude. It was just incredible.
It was Stallone. It was like
Stallone. Yep.
Me book read.
And I liked how everyone. Wait, hold on. Everyone before also was like, "Oh, Weasel's gonna be the new Groot or something." Nah, it ended up being fucking this guy. Yeah,
King Shark is definitely the new Groot.
Yeah, I was just like, yo, it became that guy.
Hey, at least King Shark says more things. Groot just says, "I'm Groot."
Yeah, and it's up to interpretation or whatever. Right?
Yeah,
like you got to make it in your head. Yeah.
King Shark is it?
Yeah.
He kind of talks to you.
Yeah.
Like,
he tries to, right? He tries to be a friend.
he can kind of coherently communicate with others. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is
kind of.
I wish they didn't show it on the trailer when they're doing the when they're trying to rescue Harley, supposedly, right? And they're in the comms, and they just like bird. It was like, dude, I wish it's still funny, but I wish.
Oh yeah, that line. You wish they had saved that for us to see.
Yeah,
it, right.
Yeah. I also wish they hadn't shown that it seemed like they were gonna fight a kaiju. Because in the trailers they're like, "Oh, we're gonna fight a kaiju." I kind of wish they didn't do that.
Yeah. That would have been an ultimate, like, no freaking. And you know what? Let's revisit Suicide Squad for another episode where we could actually talk about.
Yeah.
Because there was just so much good stuff in here. Yeah, there was just so much good stuff.
So much fun stuff. So much fun stuff. Yeah.
For sure. Big X.
Shout out to you guys. What's up, Big? We're streaming on all the multiple platforms. For the first time, well, not the first time ever, but if you go to my profile, if you go to Ninja's, if you go to Joffrey's, you'll see all the same show. You know what I'm saying? This is how we do it on the Elite X, on the Hub 408. You know what I mean? So, again, episode 99 of the Hub 408. Joff, was that your last recommendation for this episode?
That's the only thing
I love that recommendation. So, again, Joff, tell him your recommendation. Tell him to go what to go check out.
The Suicide Squad, not Suicide Squad. Yes. Yeah, the Suicide Squad's the first one, which
but James Gunn's Suicide Squad.
with Bloodsport. My man Idris Elba.
Dude,
I mean, he did some
he
comedy.
was so dope. That dude was. What a cool character too.
Yeah, and he's like, and he did some comedy stuff. I thought that's why I was worried. Like, I thought he was just gonna be a straight serious dude, but he had some comedy. It's like,
I had to look him up, and who Bloodsport is in the comics is like a
Completely different.
Yeah,
completely different. So I love how they took a Idris Elba and it was like, yo, let's have you run with this character. So man, again,
well, basically it's like we'll take Idris Elba and we'll basically make you Deadshot, but not Deadshot.
But not Deadshot. Yeah. So I believe they did ask Will if he was available. You know what I mean? And I don't think he might have been doing another project at the time they were doing this one. So
what, Gemini Man?
Probably. Yeah. I would have stuck with something like this. So one of the bright spots of the original movie, in my opinion, was his character too. Deadshot.
Hey, look at it this way: if they do another one, it's Will Smith and fucking Bloodsport shit. They could use him.
Dude, come on, man. That's what. Just take these big names and do something big with them. You know what I mean? That's all I want. Ninja, what about you though? What is your recommendation for this week's episode of the Hub 408?
100% Suicide Squad. Really, really good. I've also started watching this show on HBO called White Lotus. It's a comedy drama series where it's about these people who go to a Hawaiian resort, and they're like rich people, and they show up at this Hawaiian resort, and it's about the lives of these visitors, and it's about the lives of the workers there, and it's supposed to be it's kind of a dark comedy where they kind of make fun of rich people, and it's a very sarcastic look at rich people who live in who go to these Hawaiian resorts, and it's a very I don't even know how to explain it. It's just it's a dark comedy, and it's basically it's like The Office but dark, and right, because it kind of deals with the workplace and how these workers deal with these rich people, these douchebag rich people, and but in a way where it's a little too serious. I feel like it kind of doesn't hit. I don't know. You're just gonna have to check it out. I feel like it's a very good skewering of the tourist demographic, I guess you could say. People who go to Hawaii to like, oh my god, I'm in Hawaii, and it's like, they basically are there temporarily and they leave, and then you kind of have these people who are left behind and how they also deal with how they deal with it and how they coddle these people.
Interesting.
Yeah, the cast is pretty good. It's got like Steve Zahn, it's got Jennifer Coolidge, Alexandra Daddario's in it, Connie Britton's in it. So it's a pretty cool cast, and I feel like it's a very interesting show so far. So I'm going to recommend that. It's on HBO, White Lotus.
There you go. For my recommendation, I love how everyone is saying Suicide Squad. Guys, go watch The Suicide Squad. That's my recommendation. I don't know if my boy Sab is still here, but shout out to Sabotage. Shout out to our Elite X members that had joined us too. A couple of our Elite X members had joined in. Brooke also was here. I don't know if Brooke is still here, but I was on a stream with Sab, and I wanted to get into this next topic that I was going to get into my next recommendation. But you guys know I'm a hip hop fan. Right now, you can go check out the Lox versus Dipset. It was talked about all last week. Me personally, I am a Dipset fan. You know what I mean? I know that Cameron kind of gets, slaughtered for his lyrics and the way he's been rapping and all that stuff, but I've always thought he was pretty fly with it. But I do understand who the Lox is too. I understand who Jadakiss, Styles P, and Sheik Luch is too. So for these super groups to come and battle each other at Madison Square Garden, man, if you want to talk about a true hip-hop battle, I believe from what reports were saying, the crowd was 80% Dipset. And how the tables turned so fast. What happens when you come prepared and what happens when you're there for the flashiness. Dipset has always been known for their flashy styles. Cameron has become like the Mona Lisa with the pink fur, the pink mink coat and all that. You've seen that picture be made fun of 1,000 times. Cameron is also known for being the funniest man in hip hop. You know what I mean? He brings a Larry David, Curb Your Enthusiasm type humor and stuff to the game. So for him and his crew to take a landslide of this magnitude, if you want to see how it went down, why it went down, you probably know why Jadakiss was trending all last week. They were calling it the massacre at Madison Square Garden. Again, everyone thought that maybe Dipset would win, and they lost by a landslide. It shows what happens when you have a DJ that's also prepared, and with one crew with the Lox and another crew that's known for having turmoil. They came in there with 3 different DJs. They got called out for rapping over their vocal tracks. It got really, really ugly. But Jadakiss's performance was just, and the Lox too, not just Jada. I shouldn't say that, but Jada took a picture after the event where he had a leather jacket and champagne bottle looking like Kobe in the back room, and they were like, do the Kobe, and he really, he was really that guy. So it was such a good thing to see in hip hop with these battles. The last couple of times with the versus battles, they've been more like shows, more like, hey, we're showing camaraderie and stuff. Like when Snoop and DMX did their battle, it was more showing love. But if they had gone at it like the way these guys were going at it, it really got the fans talking. That even days later, we're still talking about it. It happened last Tuesday, and people are still making memes about it. And I think the genius thing about this is these guys are happening to go on tour with each other. You know what I mean? So it's just such a genius thing. Shout out to Triller for putting on the event. They're making a lot of moves, with that. So again, I highly recommend that you go check that out also. And other than that, I think that's about it. Shout out to our girl Brooke Reviews again. I see you in the comments there. Brooke, you know how much I love you and how much I care about you. We're so happy that you're here. Being able to, I know it's hard for you to talk and to text, but you texting right now is giving me strength and power to know that you could at least do that. You know what I mean? So thank you so much, Brooke. I appreciate you for being here. Any other things, guys, that we might have not covered? I think we might have gotten it.
Yeah, I think we went through a whole ton of stuff. Yeah.
A whole ton of stuff. See, and Brooke is saying there too, I love you too, guys. Awesome. Thank you so much. Real quick, I just want to plug our stuff before we get out of here. Guys, episode 100 will be this Friday. Hopefully we get some special guests confirmed. I only got one confirmation so far, and that's the great Sir James Rumor. So we're hoping to have another Kumu creator, owner. Yes, Sir James is in the building, and hopefully we can have a musical guest. Hopefully that musical guest says yes, and we can get her on. So if I said her, that's the only clue I'm going to give you guys. So hopefully she says yes.
Kind of narrows it down, I guess.
It kind of narrows it down. So hopefully she says yes. But tomorrow I'm going to be doing the Best Friends show with my bestie, Liana and Selmo. And immediately right after that, we are celebrating 3 years here on Kumu. So on my stream, on her stream, we're going to be doing there is no Kumu without you guys. There is no Kumu without you. And if there is no you without Kumu, it would just be come. You know what I'm saying? So we can't just say that, you know. So again, please come tomorrow. And then I say, please come tomorrow. Hold on. Please catch our stream tomorrow night. Liana and I are going on about, I think that's like 10 o'clock or something, or I don't know, maybe 9 o'clock or something like that. But we'll put it in the thing for you guys to check out. And also, another episode of Best Friends Show this week, along with episode 100 of the Hub 408. Joff, when are we going to see you next on the stream? Are we going to see any more of your streams? Did you want to plug your stuff?
Oh shit! I think Wednesday. Every Wednesday.
The art load, right?
Yeah, the art load on Wednesdays. You know, because I've been sometimes like last week or a week before. It's like I just streamed just for the hell of it. So, and we were all streaming at the same time. So I was like, oh shit. I didn't know. I was just like, I just felt like streaming. I'm drawing anyway, so I just might as well stream.
Yeah, just do your stuff. Man.
Yeah, so yeah, at least Wednesdays. Wednesdays at 10:30, around that time.
There you go, guys. So make sure you check that out. Ninja, do you want to plug anything else?
Yeah, just make sure to tune in Friday for episode 100.
Guys, I'm so excited. Episode 100. You'll at least see 4 of us on the hub that day, but hopefully you'll see a full house at the hub. So again, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you guys so much. I'm so happy we get to do this for you guys every week. Please follow us on all our social medias down below. You could also go to Elite X Kumu on YouTube to watch full episodes of the Hub 408. We also have, we're going to be releasing more and more extra episodes, extra bites, maybe some replays of the past. I am putting together episode, God, what episode was it? It's one of our raunchier episodes that I'm going to be uploading. You know what I mean? So a lot of the toxic stuff, I'm trying to get it off my phone and trying to get it into the universe so I can look back at it and be like, son, look what I've done. Talking crazy. You know what I mean? And all that stuff. So we're going to have some new stuff for you guys. So again, follow the Hub 408, on all social media platforms and all that stuff. So, hey, we're out of here. All right, guys. Mask up. All right. Stay safe. Use condoms. Safe sex. All that stuff. Joff, pull out, right?
That's right.
They got to pull out, right? POG style.
But, disclaimer, it's not going to protect you against STDs.
It's not fun getting the clap. Like,
no. Sadly, it's, not 100% effective either. So.
Oh, man. All right, guys. We'll see you guys later.
Your mileage may vary.
Oh, Jesus. All right, guys. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Shout out to Little Johnny.
Shout out to Little Johnny. No shout outs to Ken and Karen. Calm down, Ken. Calm down, Karen. Don't call the manager on Waldo or Joff. They just wanted they just wanted to see if the coupon was valid. That's all. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Peace.